live from the Looking Glass Studios.
All right.
Welcome to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, we talk with Steve Drummond about his company that makes classic car EV conversion kits. Had a chance to drive the Lexus NX450h plug-in hybrid. I'll give you my thoughts on it. We'll also have the cruise-in calendar, and later, Conrad has This Week in Auto History. Just ahead on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show, and it's coming your way right now. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Our chief engineer, David Ainsley, is sitting at home. No, he's laying in bed at home. And
sipping coffee, eating a crumpet.
Not that we would say anything about it.
One of you boys let the dog in because she's outside the door barking.
She missed the start of the show. We got to do it over.
No, we're not going to do it over. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on this Saturday. Thanks so much. We appreciate you. The Suze has just made her presence in the studio. And we're going to go straight to jolly old England, because joining us right now is Mr. Steve Drummond, director of Electrogenics, a company that makes EV conversion kits for classic cars.
All right.
And I guess for other cars, too. They don't have to be classics, right, Steve?
Well, it's pretty much anything, but classic cars, you get more bang for your buck. It's a bigger performance improvement, and it's more fun.
Well, my gosh, there's every kind of car known to man out there that can be converted to EVs. How do you come up with a kit, to a generic kit for every car that you actually make kits for?
Well, the first thing you need to do is you need to be building electric cars for a long time. So we've been at this for about 5 years now, and so we've converted an awful lot of cars, an awful lot of different cars. And so with that, we've developed up our technology. It's a big technology suite. You know, we don't make motors, we don't make batteries, but everything else that makes the car work and continue to work and drive beautifully, that's all in house. And so we now have a kit of solutions available to us. And then so what we're doing now is, instead of just only converting cars for our direct customers, what we're doing is we're putting those components into specific kits for specific models of specific cars, and then so that they can be installed by other specialists.
Well, I see in the picture of the press release that you guys had out is looks like a Land Rover, Range Rover, or Discovery, an older one.
Yeah, it's a Land Rover Defender. What that is we have a lot of demand for the States from the USA, and very difficult to send your car all the way over to England, have it converted, send it back.
Sure.
But if we send a kit over to the States, then that's something that can be fitted by a specialist in the States. And so Land Rover Defenders, they're what we're most famous for. Land Rover Defenders and E-Types, I guess, are our most famous marks. And there's a lot of demand from a lot of interesting people in the USA for Land Rover Defender kits, first of all. So that's what we're concentrating on right now. So we're talking to specialist Land Rover Defender shops who are bringing them over from Europe, making them beautiful, making them perfect for the US driving style and environment. And now we're giving them the option to make them electric as well if their customers want it.
Steve, you said that you have kits for this. So all of the ingredients to make this work are the same. It's just a matter of where you put the placement of the batteries and the wiring and things. That's part of the kit that you send over, specific to a vehicle?
Yes and no. There's some motor choices, so for the motor, of course, you need a motor which is powerful enough for the size and weight and the performance that you want from the vehicle. So you start with the motor. So we have a family of motors that we can apply. Transmissions, again, we just develop our own transmissions to connect the motors into the existing car. The electronics, is our specialism. So we configure the electronics so that the electronics can work with any motor, for example. So the electronics are standard, and then as you say, it's about physically packaging it in. So how do we build the battery box so it fits the car, and then get everything inside, and how do we make it easy for the company that's going to be fitting the kit to fit it? So a lot of detail about how we reduce the number of operations required to fit the kit,
Are
and
there-
make
are there-
it more
are there-
self-contained, and so on and so on.
Are there any regulations to ship it from, across the pond to the U.S.? Are there anything that you
Not
have
so
to look
much,
at?
actually. So there are two EV regulations, which are pretty much global, which apply to new cars. The first is called R101. That's all about electrical safety, and we make sure that all of our kits comply with that. R102 is about crash testing. It's not a requirement in the States, and also most of our owners of beautiful classic cars don't want us to crash test them. So hey, that rule's really for obviously for new production cars. So we don't do that, but they do comply with all the electrical safety stuff. And then the main requirement in the States is that the work is done in the USA. So the conversion of the vehicle needs to be done in the USA, can't be done outside. And then it's particular states like California, you need to go through the process to show that it's no longer a diesel engine, it's electric, and therefore smog free and all of that.
Gotcha.
So, Steve, what can a do-it-yourselfer do this?
Yeah, yes and no. So we've developed the kits to be very, very simple to fit. So there's a lot of complexity inside, but essentially you get three big. You get the motor transmission assembly, which just bolts in. You get a big box in the front, which bolts in. You get a smaller box at the bottom, which goes behind the rear axle for the Defender, where the fuel tank was, bolts in, and then pretty much the rest of it is 12-volt wiring. So you need to have garage facilities because you have to lift 300 kilos, and you need a ramp, and then you need to be good at your 12-volt wiring. You need to hook in you have a potentiometer, accelerator pedal that needs to be hooked into the wiring loom. You need to wire in all of your dials, all of that stuff. The thing for us is that, however, is that because it's not really practically feasible for us to provide direct support to individuals across the pond. What we're doing is we're working with a number of local outfits in different parts of the USA, so that we supply the kits to them. They can then sell to individuals if they want, or they can fit the kit. But most importantly, they can provide the support. So we train them up. And then they provide the support to, in US time zone and all of that. So that's the idea.
So kind of like a distribution network.
Exactly so, yeah.
So if we let's just say, for instance, I've got a 1970 Mustang. And I know that Mustangs are popular over there in England as they are here as well. And I've got a 70 Mustang, and I've got some cash. And, the car, it wasn't original when I bought it. Mm-hmm. It had an aftermarket motor in it, so it's really not worth a ton of money. But it's, it's a classic, and I love the car.
Yeah, it's a project.
And I want to turn it into an electric car. And I call you up, order a kit, and who around me here in Houston, Texas, maybe do I take it to Dallas or something like that? To a retrofitter?
So we're still so obviously it needs to be a specialist in that mark. So you what we'd be in that example, we'd be talking to Mustang specialist maybe in Dallas. At the moment we're talking to Land Rover specialists. We're talking to one in Dallas, mentioning no names, and there are not that many of them, I know. And then it's going to be E-types. So we have a program for it's Land Rovers first, then E-types, then 911s are very popular. And Mustang's a cool one. There's going to be a big market for that in the States, I think. And so it's something we're looking at. But I think in terms of kits for Mustangs, we're probably looking second half of next year for those. But, first of all, it's Land Rovers, E-types, and then 911s, which are things which are more common over here. And we obviously have in our shop already.
How much does a kit cost? Like, for instance, the Land Rover that you have one obviously ready to go. How much would a kit for that cost?
Well, so we're working on wholesale prices. Obviously, then the distributors need to decide, what margin they're putting on,
what markup,
and how much they're charging for fitting if they're doing that. But if you if we converted top of the range, top spec Land Rover Defender for you here, 93 kilowatt hours of batteries, which is the most you can physically get in, then here we'd be charging you about £80,000 plus tax. So
It's not cheap.
not cheap, no, not cheap. But you get a car which performs much better. It drives much smoother. In the States, it's an interesting one because, you know, people put big engines in there because they want to have the performance. But those big engines heat up. And so then you've got to have a big aircon system so that it's getting rid of the engine heat, let alone the Dallas sunshine.
Yes.
And and of course, the electric system doesn't do that. So you have a lot of advantages. And I've driven we've converted a lot of Defenders. I've driven a lot of Defenders on and off road. It turns you into an off-road hero because you can't stall it, which is fantastic. And it's a much smoother ride. It's nice. It's really nice.
I tell you where it caught my attention when he was talking about this, kit cars, because you can buy a kit car that's got the frame, it's got everything, you may, depending on what level you want, stage 1, 2, 3, maybe you got to add the rear end, the tires, wheels, brakes, etc. But you've generally always got to add the motor and transmission. And to me, that would be an ideal application for something.
Well,
like
if you got the pockets to do it.
Yeah.
Well, but I mean, if you're building a kit car and you're doing it in your garage, it may be a 2-3 year project, but still, to me, that would be the way to go.
Kit car to me is like a Manx.
Kit cars is a cool one, and we're talking with a number of kit car manufacturers about electrifying their ranges, and we're also talking to some proper car manufacturers about. We build prototypes for some car manufacturers as well, the smaller car manufacturers, and those go into production. So the thing about the tech is that what puts us ahead is that because we've been doing it for a while, we've been building real cars, we've been getting them out there, we've been learning the lessons, we're getting customers' feedback, positive and negative, and so now they're pretty sophisticated, and so. But the whole thing about electric is it's like it must have been 100 years ago when we did a mini, for example, for the John Cooper Works.
Yes.
So the original John Cooper Works minivan was now owned by Mike Cooper, who's a son of John Cooper. So we converted that, and he was so excited because. He's saying it's just like it was in the 50s and 60s with my dad, because there's so many possibilities. All the new electric technology, all of a sudden, all this automotive becomes exciting.
Opens up a lot more doors.
Anything happen?
Yep. Have you approached the royal family? Because I know they're kind of green. So have you gone? Gone to Buckingham Palace and approached them?
We have not actually.
Would you like us to speak on your behalf?
We could hook you up.
Oh, please do. Yeah, you'd be most welcome. Yeah, it's been on my list of things to do to approach Prince Charles because of course he's very green and he's very lovely.
King Charles.
King Charles.
And now he's the king. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now he's the king, and he's probably busy.
Yeah, just a touch. You think?
Yeah.
There are a lot of British television shows over there, and I know that you could probably come up with one in particular that this would be a perfect fit, because I would love to see conversion. How long does a conversion take typically? If you're doing a Defender that's in decent shape, you don't have to do body work or rust rehab or anything like that, but it doesn't have a motor in it, it's ready to go. How long would it take to start and finish a project?
Well, so if you're talking about Top Gear love us. They've given us some very, very kind reviews about, we did a Citroen DS, which they absolutely totally with, for example. But in terms of, so the idea behind the kits and where we're making them is they really, really are, everything's done on the production line so that when you're in your garage, you're really just, it's really trying to minimize stuff. So the aim is that you can fit a kit in 10 man days. That's the aim.
Oh, really?
It's not bad.
Yeah. It'll take you half a day to take out the engine, gearbox, the fuel tank, and the exhaust. We've just adapted. We just changed the kit so you don't need to break into the braking system. So no touching the braking system. So for a Land Rover, then you put in an electric pump for the power steering, electric vacuum pump to make your servo work, brake servo, and then you bolt the transmission on, 4 bolts. You pick up about 300 kilos, drop it in the front, and that is everything, batteries, everything, all of the electronics, all of the motor control systems and so on, and then that just bolts into the chassis and plugs into your motor. You lift up the rear box. You got to run the cables. We can't terminate those cables because you don't want the big ends on them before you start running them. And then it's just a load of 12-volt wiring, and if you've got a good car electrician, that's perfectly within their capabilities.
The first the television show that comes to my mind is Goblin Works Garage. Are you familiar with that show?
I'm not. No, I'm sorry.
How funny. It's a British show, and he's not familiar with it.
He
but
doesn't watch a lot of TV.
Maybe he does.
He's cars.
busy.
Come on.
I'm busy in the workshop.
He's
That's
approaching
exactly
the
right.
King of England, for crying out loud.
Well, it's a good show, and I think that would be one that you should reach out to because that would be a perfect project for these guys. And it's a great show. We love it over here in the States. And
Okay, yeah, I will. We'll check that out. Yeah,
most definitely. Well,
Tell them we sent you.
Tell them that we sent you, okay?
I will do. Yeah.
What time is it over there, by the way? Afternoon.
It's just after 2:00 in the afternoon, so it's very relaxed. We just we don't generally open on Saturdays, but we just had a couple of customers come and see us, and which we always like to do in a more relaxed setting rather than when full productions are happening. And we've had a good day so far. It's been a lot of fun.
And where are you located in England?
We're just outside of Oxford, England.
Oxford, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, very nice.
So
Well,
it's the heart of the Formula One. Most of the big Formula One teams are within 20 miles or so of here. So it's a pretty good place to be located.
have you
really
been
good
spying
engineers.
over there and checking out their technology when it comes to this
Hybrid stuff?
transformation from gasoline into electric in the Formula One market?
Formula
I
E.
mean, the Formula E is incredible. I don't know if you've been following it, but it's really impressive.
Well, no doubt. Yeah, absolutely. Well, listen, Steve, it's great to talk to you, and thank you so much for joining us here in the States. Of course, it's 8:00 here. We're still having our coffee, or as you would say,
Okay.
it's time for tea over there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll go and make myself a cuppa.
Okay, very good.
Say hey to Chuck for us.
Okay.
Okay, cheers.
Hey,
Will do.
Steve Drummond, director of Electrogenics, company that makes EV conversion kits for classic cars. Where can we get a hold of you, Steve, if somebody wants to check out more information on this?
Yeah, it's www.electrogenic.co.uk or Instagram's good as well. Electrogenic Rev, REV.
We love you, man. Thank you.
Electrogenic Rev.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much for joining us today. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you very much. It's been great.
We think so, too. All right. Hey, if you'd like to get in touch with us here at the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show, the address is info@inwheeltime.com.
It is.
All right. Time now for the cruise in calendar.
Got
and
it
I
right
think
here.
You've got that.
Yeah, I got it right here. So today, we've got from 11 to 3, April Sound 5th Show and Shine. It's at 1000 April Sound Boulevard in Montgomery, Texas. It's
Montgomery.
Montgomery.
All right.
Montgomery. It's an open car and truck show. Entry fee is $40. And then again tonight between 3 and 10 p.m., the Nifty 50s Monster Cruise In. Sounds like a Halloween theme. 2250 Buckthorn Place, the Woodlands, and it's a $10 entry fee there. Also today, 4 to 10, is the Track Casual Speed Sports. It's at 23050 Speed Street in New Caney. It's a track event, C event for restrictions, and the entry fee, Michael, is $150.
Oh, my.
Yeehaw.
Well,
Yeehaw.
it's a track event,
It's a track
so they got to
event.
buy
Yeah,
insurance.
you got
Absolutely,
insurance and everything.
absolutely. So again, today between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m., which is starting very shortly, the Texas Star Dance Team Car Show at 14350 Farm to Market on 1488 in Magnolia.
A dance show?
Dance Team Car Show. So they're probably raising money for a dance team.
Okay.
Oh, I
And,
was thinking lowriders, you know.
Well, I
it
think
could
that
be.
you're on that dance team, aren't you?
Well,
That's the
I'm
pom-pom
in
team.
the backup.
You're the pom-pom.
I'm one of the backups.
It's a $30 entry fee.
He's the pom-pom holder.
Pom-pom. There you go. with your
Oh,
tassels.
your pom-pom.
Tassels and pom-poms. 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. today is install meet. It's the M&S America. It's at 6942 Signet Drive in Houston. It's an open cruise-in. Entry fee is free. We got a bunch more. We got 5 p.m. till there's no really time on this one. It's the Brookshire Brothers Cruise-In. It's in Montgomery, Texas. Entry fee is free.
Montgomery, Texas. Hey, a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff going on. It's a big county. It's a big place. 6 p.m. to whenever tonight. Wharton Cruise Night. Domino's Pizza. It's off of 309 East Bowling Highway in Wharton. It's an open cruise. Entry fee, Michael, is free.
I like free.
Free's good. Again, Saturday night tonight. Home Depot 321 Marina Bay Drive. Clear Lake Shores. It's probably near David.
Well, it's over, but no, it's across the freeway.
Okay.
By a bunch.
It's an open cruise in, and it's also free entry. Next week, you've got Extreme Machine Sunday, Crosby Church, US 90 in Crosby. It's a car truck show open, $25 entry. You've got...
Is this a long list?
Yeah, I got a couple more. 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. next week, the Mustangs of Houston meet. Crazy Allen Swamp Shack in Kemah. Open cruise-in, entry fee is free. There you go.
Thank you. That's one more. Coffee and cigars.
There you go.
I told the guy that I would promote it and mention it on the air. And so Coffee and Cigars is tomorrow morning, starting at 8 a.m. Cars and Bikes meet, and it's going to be at Park at Sugar Creek, which is basically 59 and Derry Ashford or Sugar Creek Boulevard, which are one and the same.
One and the same.
It's
Do
right
that again,
behind the bank there.
Yep.
8 to 1 tomorrow in coffee and
So you don't need to go to
cigars.
the ATM or anything at the bank. You can just drive right in. Cool.
Coffee and cigars. I'm not a big cigar guy. I had a discussion with somebody yesterday about cigars. I just, all I can think of is me sitting on the side of the bayou when I'm 15 years old. Me and my buddy John Harsher went to the 7-Eleven and bought a 25-cent pack of Swisher Sweets and smoked them. Well, smoked. Each of us had one, and we smoked about 10 puffs off of it, and I got sick and puked on the side of the bayou.
These call those blunts?
Blunts. I don't know. All I know is Swisher Sweets.
Okay.
They had a little plastic tip on it.
You call them what you want.
Okay. All right, time now for this hour's car review. I had a chance to drive the 2022 Lexus NX 450h Plus. Available in two trim levels, the base and the F Sport. My reviewed was the luxury packaged base model. Small SUV, seats 5, including the driver. Exterior changes, complete redesign for 2022. So it's all new. And it's based on the Toyota RAV4 size vehicle. So the underpinnings and stuff like that are shared.
Not too big, not too small.
It's just right. Exterior features. What sets this small SUV apart from others is the overwhelming sized grill that they call a spindle grill on it. I guess you kind of get used to it after a while. It's just not my cup of tea, but I'll tell you what, the rest of the vehicle, sweet. Slashy headlights, large brake ducts up there on the front end of it. Aero windshield, very laid back with small C-pillars over your shoulder for good visibility out the back. Rear end is attractive with hidden exhaust tips. Yes.
All right.
Like the old school. I like that.
Sort of like a faux electric.
No.
It looks electric.
No, it doesn't look electric. Okay. Although it is a plug-in hybrid, so it does have an electric motor in it. But I will say that it works really well. We'll get to that in a second. What could use improvement? Smaller grille. I think that they're working toward that with the onset of all of the electric changeover. Interior highlights, very slick, clean dash layout with a huge infotainment screen, which is an option, but I would get it.
I like it.
Passive phone charger in the forward console area with nice cup holders. Always I'd like to have nice cup holders, don't you?
Cup holders are
Cup
nice.
holders are nice ones. New style shifter works well, and no touchpad for the infotainment system.
Don't touch it, Mike. Don't
touch it. I am so glad that they have finally heard the cry of America and going, No, not the touchpad.
I heard your cries.
Apparently so, because I didn't like it. But this new thing, it works well. Cargo trunk room, good for a small SUV. It is a 2-row, so it's not a 3-row. So there is room back behind the second row of seats. What I liked, the overall new design gets an A+ from me. And boy, that paint jobs these days have just gone out of sight. Yep. They are. What could use improvement? Labeling of the steering wheel mounted controls. And let me just say this, for instance, the cruise control, okay, it shows up in the head-up display in front of you, and you change the speed and you change the settings of it on the steering wheel, and all it has is arrows, up and down arrows and side-to-side arrows. So you've got to sit there and fiddle with that. Now, after you get used to it, I'm sure, after a week of driving it, I got the cruise control down. But it takes a little getting used to. Labeling, I don't know how you would label it other than up and down because of the system that they've made and this head-up display thing. But at any rate, it's okay. You get used to anything. 2.5-liter plug-in hybrid electric. Horsepower combined 304. Torque, big off the line. If you mat the accelerator pedal. Transmission is a CVT automatic. Now, as far as charging is concerned, I have a 110-volt regular standard charging outlet there at work that I can plug the thing in.
Right.
Takes about 8 hours, and I got 36 miles of battery use. Well, it's 30 miles from my house to work. Okay? So it's basically like, I don't want to say a free ride, but it's an electric ride. Now, you can...
if needed.
Well, it does it automatically. Now, if you want to put it in all electric mode, if it's got juice in it, you can do that. But clearly it sucks it down. The actual shift between electric and gasoline is so smooth, you just never know.
Really?
No, you can't even feel it. It's well done. Of course, this is the same system that Toyota's been using with their Prius for, 100 years now?
Long time.
They got this down, and it works really well. So as far as miles per gallon, 36 on the highway for the gasoline and 84 on the electric. Charge time, as I mentioned, about 8 hours from a 110-volt connection for about 38 miles. What I liked about it, the seamless power between gas and electric. It does share Toyota RAV4 underpinnings. What could use improvement? It's not a performance ride, so don't expect that. Very easy on bumps. Love the quality of the ride. Base trim price, $55,650. Price is tested $62,960. Base model price, $56,150. Competitors, Audi Q5 plug-in, $64,800. Volvo XC60 Recharge T8. The price of that is $54,250 for base. And the Mercedes-Benz GLC Hybrid is around $45,000, but they haven't come out with it yet. I got a feeling it's going to go up. Yeah, it's going to be up.
But see, to me, just what you're talking about there, to me, that's the way to go. Instead of this big rush to go straight to all EV, that, here you got 36-mile range on your electric vehicle, and you got a 30-mile trip to get home from work. So you might, you get in.
Plug it in at work, plug it in at home.
Yeah.
It's great for around town stuff for the electric aspect of it. But if you want to take it on a highway trip, no worry. You don't have to worry about it.
So there's a wreck on the freeway, and your 30-mile trip turns into the equivalent of a 50-mile trip electrically, but you've got this gas motor to back you up.
And you said that
I just think that's the way to go.
The transition you said between electric and gas is flawless.
So
it's not like the immobilizers that we see and have and drive when you're at a light, boom, it kicks in. It's nothing like that.
Nope.
Oh, like a start-stop.
Right.
Well, it does have a start-stop feature on it, but it's really smooth. I'm telling you, if you're thinking about electric or a plug-in electric hybrid, be sure and check this one out.
Cool.
Hey, the In Wheel Time Car Show streams on iHeart, the iHeart Radio app, and Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. And 30-minute podcasts are available from your favorite podcast provider. In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break. Starting to work on your Christmas calendar? Be sure to add the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In Saturday, December 17th. You'll want to attend Tailpipes and Tacos Christmas Edition at the Loopy Tortilla in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m. It's the only place cruisers compete for Loopy's Chili Pepper trophies and other prizes. There's no charge to enter your vehicle for Best Hot Rod, Best Classic, or Best Modern Classic. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's coolest and most unique cruise-in and is your opportunity to see the best hot rods, show cars, classics, and resto mods. And get Loopy Tortilla breakfast tacos with adult beverages. There's no entry fee and cars will automatically compete for those much sought-after custom Loopy trophies and other prizes. It happens at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. It's the Tailpipes and Tacos Christmas Edition, Saturday, December 17th. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there too. Celebrate the Christmas season with friends and family at Tailpipes and Tacos. Saturday morning, December 17th, 8 to 11. We'll see you there.